What is interoception and why is it important to bright and quirky kids and adults?
Yeah. Well, interoception is a sense, just like smell, sight, sound, touch, taste, and it's the newest sense to be really talked about in neuroscience. I would say it was first defined by someone back in early 1900s, but no one thought it was important until 2002 when the most amazing neuroscientist, Dr. Bud Craig, he started really studying interoception in his lab and said, "Hey, there's this sense that we haven't talked about." And since Dr. Craig's first paper in 2002, interoception science has just exploded. And so, what interoception helps us do is it helps us to know how our body feels. So each of our sensory systems has a set of like receptors located in our body. So if you think about like vision, you have like the eyeballs, right? Those are your receptors for vision, pulling in all that you see around your body. And so interoception is just like all of the other senses where it has receptors, and these receptors are located extensively throughout your body. So you have interoceptors in like your heart and your lungs and your stomach, your bladder, your skin, your colon. You have them like in your eyeballs, your joints, your bones. Like they're pretty much everywhere. And their job is to collect information about how all of those different body parts are feeling or what is the condition of those body parts. So those receptors constantly monitoring how your body is feeling. So, and each of our bodies are very different. I'm sure we're really going to get into that. But so if you think about some inner sensations that you might experience, again, different for everyone, but like if you ever notice like your heart racing or maybe like a pounding head or just like relaxed, feeling good muscles or itchy skin, like all of those body sensations we experience because of interoception. And so being really connected and noticing how our body feels and also understanding what all of those sensations might mean for us. Like, do I know what this like strange feeling in my stomach means for me? Or do I even notice that my head is like in pain right now? So the noticing and the understanding of these sensations is so key to managing the health of our body, but also the emotional health of our body and knowing like what emotion we're experiencing and how can we best take care of the physical and emotional health of our body.
All right. Now, do some people have trouble with that sensing function?
That is where all of my work has come.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we are discovering is that so many people have perhaps like an interoception difference or a breakdown at some part of their inner experience. And this is very common, like across society. I mean, like, let's just start with a big picture. I'm going to generalize here for time's sake, but we really don't live in a society that is like allowing us to slow down and listen to our bodies, right? It's like go, 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 screen, 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 screen. Like our attention is constantly pulled outside of our body. So many of us might not be picking up a lot of the signals, or even if we do, we're kind of conditioned to ignore them, push through, no pain, no gain, right? So globally, like, we probably have an interception epidemic, I would say. Uh, um, but then we also know that there's some people that with neuro differences that have interoception differences as well. So they might have like a muted inner experience where their body sensations might be like a little quieter. And so they don't like reach their level of attention. Some of my clients, like they might not notice the feelings in their body, letting them know when they're hungry or when they're getting overwhelmed. Or if they have a muted inner experience, they do notice sensations, but only when those sensations get to like an emergency level, right? Like they only know
Mhm.
they're hungry when they're hangry, or they only know they're overwhelmed when they're in a meltdown. So that's like the muted side of things. But then I'll just end with the other side where we know there's a lot of intense feelers, and they might notice a lot of different body sensations all at once, and it's like kind of messy or chaotic. They don't know like what is important to pay attention to. What does this all mean for me? Or they could have like one or two body signals that are just like super intense and like just kind of all encompassing. The most extreme story I tell often is I had a client a few years ago that could feel every meal he ate moving through his digestive tract. So imagine the experience of like eating in the cafeteria and then trying to go to math after lunch. And like his like inner experience was just so, it was just trumping everything else. Um, and so I'll pause there because I just kind of
Okay.
dumped a lot of stuff.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if you can see this paper, Kelly, but here's what just came to me as a way of thinking about it. Let me know if I'm correct. Let's say we have an x-axis between emotional and physical, and then a y-axis between intense and muted. And I'm just thinking of clients who've come into my office. Then we could talk about what's muted physically, muted emotionally, intense physical. Am I thinking about this correctly?
Yeah, I love that a lot. So that is definitely one way you could absolutely do it. And I think you could also use that model sometimes, like even before we start making sense of sensation, we talk about like body parts. And so like noticing like how do your hands feel? And or do your hands feel muted sometimes? Do they feel intense sometimes? How does your heart feel, your stomach, your feet, like all the different body parts? And we have found that like practicing the noticing first, then getting to that interpretation. Like, what does this body signal mean to me? Do you know what I mean? Like, so this pattern of body signals means I'm hungry, or this pattern of body signals means I'm anxious, because it's different for every single one of us. So I love that model you just drew. And I think you could use it starting at body part sensations first. And then when you work towards being able to like connect those body signals to the meaning that then could come in again and be an amazing
Hmm.
tool.